Hey players, welcome to this series I call 5 Clips. This one is of Trae Young. What we're going to do is look at 5 clips and I'm going to give you a lot of detail and a lot of skill that you can add to your game. And if you understand these things, add them to your own performance, you're going to be a better player as a result. So watch as much of this video as you can. It's going to help. So let's start here with the first clip. And in this blue box, these are some of the themes and skills that we're going to look at. And then on the bottom left where it says lesson, I try to take one thing from each clip, take it out of that clip and give it to you as a player so that you can apply it to your game. So right here against the Clippers, Onyeka is setting that high ball screen. And what great players are able to do is they are able to get to the middle of the floor. From the defense's perspective right here, there's something called icing the ball screen, or it can also be called blue or red or down. It all means the same thing. But a lot of defenses today, when they're looking at a ball screen like this, they want to keep the ball handler in the offense on the right side of the floor or the side of the floor where the ball screen is set. Because if they can keep Trae Young, let's just say they funneled Trae Young to stay right here and kind of dribble into the corner, to the short corner, he has less options. But what great players are able to do is they're able to get to the middle of the floor. And then once they're in the middle of the floor, what happens is the defense will either collapse onto that score, onto that offensive player in the middle of the floor, or the middle of the floor will be wide open, nobody will step up, and then you have a jump shot like this. So typically players, if you can get to the middle of the floor, whether it's on a ball screen or a drive, you're going to break down defenders because when you're in the middle of the floor, you could pass left, pass right, finish for a layup, bunch of different options. Now, this is just covering a move that is essential for high-level guards. So if you're, really good high school player, college player, obviously pros too, this is a great finish that you have to work on. It's a 1-2 step 2-foot floater. So he's dribbling in here and just watch his feet, keep paying attention to his feet. So he went right foot, left foot. He didn't do a jump stop. Now, you also need to have a jump stop finish in your finishing package, but you also need to be able to go 1-2 off of a drive like this. And then the other thing he does is he kind of jumps to the side. So you have that rim protector rotating over because guards, I know players, you watching this, you've committed charges in this type of situation. But what Trae is able to do is he's able to drive straight towards the rim. And then as he gets off this floater, he's not still jumping straight at his defender towards the rim, but he starts to drift off to his left to avoid this rim protector. And then notice how high the floater is. Look at the basketball right here. It is about equal with the top of the backboard. Players, when you're working on your finishing package and you're working on your finishing moves, you need to really extend the ball as high as you can when you're working on your high finishes, especially college guards. You need to be able to shoot over those rim protectors. And if you want to really expand your finishing package, go to my Elite Experience on my training platform. It's linked below, and I have 49 different finishes. I break them all down in super detail so that you can have the right footwork, right balance, make the right reads of secondary and third level defenders, go off 1 foot, 2 foot, all different kinds of combinations of finishes. It's in the Elite Experience on my platform. You can either buy just the finishing package for $27, or you can also buy every skill for just a one-time price. Now, the next thing is Trae Young, and I live in Atlanta, and a friend of mine has season tickets, and we actually sit about right here when I go to the games with him, a couple rows up, so we're able to get a good look at how fast Trae Young shoots, and watching him on film does not do justice of how fast his release point is. And right here, it's a very simple high pick and roll, but I want you to time it. I didn't time this clip, but I've timed hundreds of clips. I would want you to time this clip or just look at other clips and do like a stopwatch of the time it takes for a great shooter to have two hands on the basketball to the time it is released and off of their fingertips going up for the shot. I measured, I did several hundred shots a couple years ago, and I found that really, really fast is 0.6, but usually 0.8, 0.9 is still super fast. So when you're training your shot, I would say try to get your shot off in 0.0 to 0.07 or 1 second when you're training your shot. Because a lot of players, you've got a good shot, but you don't get it off quick enough. Now, the other thing Trae Young does really well is he's just able to change pace, play with rhythm, and be shifty. It's nothing too complex. So in this clip right here, He's not doing 87 different combo dribbles, although sometimes he does that. But this is more realistic for a lot of you players because what he does here, he's sprinting, slows down, does an inside-out dribble. Now he's kind of jogging across the floor, and then once he gets to the middle, he's able to see that there's going to be a wide open lane because Okongwu is going to step over and kind of screen Marcus Smart, and that's going to leave the wide open layup right there. So he's very shifty, very twitchy. He's playing with rhythm, changing pace, changing speeds with the inside out, drive middle, and then explodes to the rim. So guards especially, that is like a must-have top 3 skill for you, is the ability to change speeds. You can also change speeds out of a jab. So here, what he does, squared up, it's a mismatch. So you got a big on a small. Trae Young, he takes this first jab. Look, he kind of does 2 jabs. So he's in position right here, takes 1 step right there. Now what he's going to do, he's going slow. He's going to take another step, going slow. And then right here, he sees that the defense is not biting on that jab. And then he's able to rip that basketball out, extend the ball out, and then get over to the rim. Now, if you're looking for training, again, I have my elite experience, my full training platform, every skill in basketball. You can check it out. It is linked below. But if you're a player and you really want to improve your game, subscribe to this channel because I've got a lot more film studies, a lot more workouts, a lot more training things that I share through this channel that should help your game. But thank you for watching, and let's keep getting better.